Right. Okay, students, can someone please confirm whether you all can see me and hear me clearly? Can someone please put it in the chat box that you all can see me and hear me clearly? Right. Okay, students. So thank you, Ziana. Right. Is Ashini there? Can you please confirm whether you're there, Ashini? Right. Ashini, can you confirm whether you're there? Can we start the class? Right. Okay. Your chat is not working. No problem. Right. So you can on the mic and give the answer whenever you want. You can on the mic and give the answer because your chat is not working. Right. Please make sure you're giving answers. Right. Okay. So let's quickly move on. Financial statements prepared. Okay. So financial statements prepared even where an organization has incomplete records. Okay. Right. So this is what we are going to talk about. Right. So in this we will be talking about what? Yes, the preparation of financial statements, disadvantages, the introduction, reasons, incomplete records. What are those? Converting to double entries, cash account, debtors control, creditors control, adjustments. Right. So these are the things. And then finally, if you do this, the incomplete records becomes complete records, right? Okay. So not wasting time. There are some businesses who does not properly maintain the books of accounts. As a result, they have no complete ledger at the same time. They cannot prepare a trial balance at the end of the financial year. But even these business should calculate the profit at the end of the accounting period. When calculating the profit from the incomplete records, business can follow one of the following techniques. Calculate the profit using the profit equation, prepare the financial statements using the incomplete records. Okay. So calculating profit using the profit equation. When the available information is not sufficient in preparing the financial statements, business could use profit equation for the purpose of calculating profit. There are mainly three profit equations, right? Okay. There are mainly three profit equations, right? So without writing these profit equations, okay, without writing these profit equations, first of all, let's quickly move on to question number one, okay? You are required to calculate the profit for the year in question number one, right? Question number one, you are required to calculate the profit. I will give you all 2 minutes. By 5:47, you all should have completed this. I'll come back. right? Okay, students. So were you all able to calculate the profit? Profit calculate කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණාද? Were you all able to do that? Right? So okay. So first of all, this is the first formula, okay? E1 minus E0 plus drawings minus additional capital, right? Okay, right? So this is the first formula, okay? Write down these formulas, okay? And then the next formula is RE1 minus RE0 plus drawings. There is another formula, change, you put this you put this triangle you have learned in economics if I'm not wrong, right? Minus change in total liabilities minus net capital introduced. Okay, so these are the formulas that you have to use. These are the three formulas that you can use when you are preparing the when you are finding the profits, right? Okay, so first of all, what we shall do, right? We'll use this formula and prepare this, right? Okay, so E0 means closing equity. Sorry, E1 means closing equity. E0 means opening equity plus what? If you do this, if you use this, what is plus? This is closing equity. Yeah? This is closing equity. This is opening equity. Right? Plus what you have to do if you're using this formula. How much? You have to add. Need answers, quick answers. Yes, very good. Plus 70 minus 50. Right? So this will give you how much? 320. Okay, very simple. Huh? Right? Did you understand, students? තේරුණාද? කියලා දීපු එක තේරුණාද? Right. Okay. So what is this RE1, RE0? Can someone please tell me what is RE1, RE0? Can please put in someone please put in the chat box. What is RE1 and RE0? What is, yes, closing retained earnings and opening retained earnings. Very good. Right? Okay. So the same thing, same as equity. Ziana has given the correct answer. Very good. Closing retained earnings and opening retained earnings. What is this change in TA, change in TL? This is change in total assets and change in total liabilities. Right? So in this, for question number 2, you will have to use this formula. Right? I'll give you all another 1 minute. Quickly do this. By 5:53 we are meeting. Right? Okay. So the time is up, right? So what is the change in total assets? It is 1100, right? And then change in total liabilities, 400, right? Okay. So this is the formula that you have to use. Change in total assets, okay, minus change in total liabilities minus what? Yes, net capital introduced. Net capital introduced. How much is the net capital introduced? 300 minus 100. That is the net one, right? So minus 200. And then how much is the answer? 500 is the answer. Very simple. What is this? This is the profit. Okay, this is the profit. Lamai therunada, did you understand? Is everything okay? Right. Okay. So let's quickly move on. I'll give you another 1 minute. This is also a very easy question. Do this answer by 5:56. You all should be able to give me the answer. Send the answer in the chat box. This is a very easy one. Right. Okay. So this is a very simple question. So change in total assets is how much? 700. Change in total liabilities is 300. And then net capital introduced is how much? Net capital introduced is 80. Very simple. Huh? Very simple question. So how much is the answer? The answer is 320. Right. Now I want you all to give me the answer for question number 4. Okay. Question number 4. I'm waiting until you all give me the answer. Calculate the additional capital introduced and the net profit or loss of umbrella traders. Right, students, is everything okay? Shall we move on to the answer? Right. So this is a very simple question, right? So we will use the same equation, right? Net profit equals E1 minus E0 plus drawings minus additional capital, right? So, so this is the equation that we have used, right? Very simple, right? So net profit they have given 320. So can someone please tell me what is E1? What is E1? Can someone please tell me? E1 is 620 or 570? Come on, quick. I need quick answer. Right, very good. E1 is 570. Ziana is replying. Ashini, please make sure you're also replying. And then 620 is E0 plus drawings. So what you have to do? Very simple, huh? Grade 5 scholarship. You take it to this side, right? You take this to this side. You take this to this side. Right? So what they're asking? Additional capital. Right? Okay. So how much is the net profit? 320. Right? Minus 570 plus 620 minus 10. How much is this? Take your calculators, calculate it and show me. Yes, 320 minus 570 plus 620 minus 10. How much is this? It is 360. Am I correct? Is my calculation correct? 360. Is my calculation correct? Yes. Okay. So this answer, there's a printing mistake. This should be how much? 360, right? This should be 360. So let's correct this 360 and then let's move forward, right? Okay. So and then this question, remove this question because this question is not relevant, right? So there is a printing error in this question, right? So let's quickly move on to the next question. What was the profit earned in 31st March 2010 based on the following information of a sole proprietorship, right? Quickly give me the answer so that we can move forward. I'm waiting for your answers. Right? You need to make one adjustment, which is this has to be 1/4/2009. Huh? This has to be 1/4/2009. Right. Ashini is saying number 4. Let's see what Ziana is saying. Right. Okay. So Ziana is saying 3. Let's see. Right. Okay. So what they're asking? Profit earned. Right. Okay. So first of all, what you need to do? You need to get the closing equity. Right. You have the opening equity. You have the drawings. You need to have the closing equity. Right. So which formula? Formula number 1, which we used. Right. So closing equity is how much? It is 600. Right. Okay. How much is the opening equity? It is 500. How did I get this 600? It's a difference between these two, right? And then what you do? You plus the drawings, right? Can you remember? You did in this thing, the first formula. Yes. How much it is? 130. Answer number 2. Did you all understand? Very simple. Drawings they have given 30,000. Did you all understand? Ziana Ashimi. Right? Okay. So let's quickly move on to the last question. I need the answer from you all. I'll give you all 1 minute. Huh? I need the answer in the chat box quickly. Right. Okay. So this is a very simple question, right? The balance of the capital account of a sole trader was increased by 500,000. Which of the following transaction would not reflect this increase? Very simple. Huh? So business earned a profit, it will increase. The owner introduced 500,000 as new capital, it will increase. The owner brought his motor vehicle, 500,000, it will increase. Last one, 500,000 due from a supplier paid by the owner's private bank, that is also increase. So what will decrease? Yes, the owner paid private debt 500,000 from the business bank account. This is the answer. Answer number 4. Very simple. Right? Okay. So you all both have given the correct answer. Right? Okay. So let's quickly write this down. When a business is having sufficient information to prepare financial statements from the incomplete records, business could use following steps for the purpose of obtaining complete set of financial statements. Right? Okay. So first of all, recording opening balances. Number 2, recording during the period transactions. During the period transactions using double entry. Number 3, making adjustments. What can be the other adjustments? Depreciation, impairment loss, prepaid, those things. And then closing balances. Finally, balance the ledger and prepare FS. Right? Okay. So don't think too much what we have wrote right now. Once we move on to the next questions, you all will be able to clearly understand what we have written right now. Okay. So I'll give you all 1 minute to copy it down. Right. Okay. I hope you all have completed this. So let's move on to the single entry system. This is a part of the incomplete records. Under this method, business maintain only single entry. Only single entries. Let's put this as single entries. Usually, business maintains single entries on the following. Number 1, cash transactions. Number 2, info related to trade receivables. Number 3, info related to trade payables. Give me a second, I'll be back. Right, students? So this is question number 5. This question number 5 is homework for you. Right, I'm not going to do. So this is the same thing. Finding what is this, right? Right, okay. So remove this question. This is not a suitable question, and then this is homework for you, right? We will be meeting probably on Friday for another extra class which we had missed last week, right? So is everyone okay with Friday? So we were supposed to conduct the class last week Friday, right? I hope everyone, yes, everyone is okay on Friday. So, and then the homework that I have given you all yesterday, both of you all have not sent me. Please make sure you all are sending me before the next class, right? And then the next question, okay? So the next question, this is also homework for you. Make sure you all are doing the homework and sending me the pictures before the next class, okay? Right. So question number 6. Now we are moving on to this question, right? This is a very simple question, okay? I will give you all, how many minutes you all need? Maximum I can give you all 2 minutes, right? By 6:26 I'll be back, right? By 6:26 I'll be back. We will discuss the answer for this. Right, students? I hope you all have already attempted the question that I have given. Right? So this is a very easy question. Right? So you're in this question, you are required to calculate the credit sale preparing trade receivable control account. Right? So this is a very simple, straightforward question. I hope I was expecting you all to put the answer in the chat box, but no one has yet sent me. So no problem. I'll do the answer. Looks like either you all have found it, or you all have not found it, or you all have found it but still not sure about the answer. Right? So let's quickly move on. Trade receivable opening balance is 150. You can put it here, right? Because have I why am I putting this on the debit side? You all know the reason. Asset increases debit, right? Basics of accounting, right? We have learned this. And then collection from debtors, right? If you collect it, it goes in the credit side, right? Very simple. Discount allowed. Discount allowed is an expense, that is debit and debtors credit. Very simple. Huh? Impairment. Impairment means it's an expense, P&L debit and debtors credit, right? And then sales return. Yes, sales return is something, inventory debit and debtors credit, right? Very simple. Right? And then the last one, the debtor balance as at is positive 160, right? It's positive 160. So how do you get what they want? Is the credit sale. They want us to get the credit sale, right? Very simple. So how you are going to calculate this? Yes, very simple. You get the total of this 250, 15, 265, 265, 275, 335, 395, and it is 495, right? 495. And you minus this. How much is this? Very simple. Yes, the credit sale is 345. Am I correct? Am I correct? Now, students, can someone please confirm whether am I correct? This is the sales. Very simple, huh? Straightforward one. You all won't get any easier question than this. Huh? Don't expect these questions in your real paper. I'm doing this. The reason is we have to go step by step, right, to do bigger questions. Right? Okay. So the next question is homework for you. Make sure you all are doing homework. Huh? If you all are not doing homework, don't expect yourself to get an A pass. And then learning 2 years from me and not getting an A pass would be like a sin, right? Learning from me and not getting an A pass would be a waste of time of you all, right? Okay, right. So those were these things, right? So question number 10, right? The question number 10, right? I will give you all another 3 minutes, huh? Give another 3 minutes. By 6:35, you all should have finished this. Right. Okay, students. I have given you all more time than you all were expecting. Right. Okay. So first of all, what's the first question? Total purchases for the period. How to find the total purchases? Very simple. Right. How to find the total purchases? That is very, very simple, straightforward one. Okay. So to find the purchases, you need cost of sales, right? Okay. To find the purchases, you need cost of sales. That is when you can get the opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock is equal to cost of sales, right? Okay. So do you all have the cost of sales? No, right? You all don't have the cost of sales, right? You all don't have the cost of sales. Can someone find here the cost of sales? No, it's not available. So how to find the cost of sales? Yes. How to find the gross profit? Sales. Sales means net sale. Huh? Net sale minus sales minus cost of sales is gross profit, right? So how much is your gross profit? 5,200. How much is your net sale? 15,500 is your net sale, right? So how much is your cost of sales? Come on, quickly. Please put it in the chat box quickly. I was expecting answers from you all. This is a very simple question. Little bit you need to use your brains. That is when you can get the answers as soon as possible. So I was expecting answers from you all. I didn't get the answer. At least I want now the cost of sales now. How to get the cost of sales now? Very simple. This is even a grade 5, as I'm always saying, even a scholarship student, Sishatta Lamek Kunat make it. Quickly put it in the chat box. How much is the cost of sale? You have the sale, you have the gross profit. I'm waiting until you'll give the answer. It's your time which is being wasted. Are you all not there? Am I just talking to myself? Come on, quick. I need quick answers. Yes, very simple. Right? Ashini has given the answer. Right? 10,300. Very simple, huh? So 10,300 is the answer. Right? And then opening stock have they given? Yes, 2,800 they have given. Purchases, they are telling us to find the purchases. They have not given. Closing stock, have they given? Yes, 3,200 they have given. Carriage inwards, you need to add it, huh? Carriage inwards, how much? 1,500. Right? Very simple, huh? So let's quickly prepare the this thing. Let's quickly prepare the equation. Cost of sales equals opening stock plus purchases plus carriage inwards minus closing stock. How much is the opening stock? 2,800 plus you don't have the purchases plus carriage inwards 1,500 minus closing stock is 3,200. Okay, 3,200. How much is the cost of sales? 10,300. Now what you should do? You take it to the other side. Very simple, huh? Yo, I was expecting answers from you all. 10,300 minus 2,800 minus 1,500 plus 3,200. How much is this? So can someone quickly tell me? I need quick answers. This is 9,200. Right? So this is what purchases is. Right? Very simple. First one, the answer is done. Make a තේරුණාද ළමයි? මේක තේරුණාද? Very simple. Huh? Please confirm in the chat box. තේරුම් නැත්තම් කියන්න ආයි කියලා දෙනවා. Very simple. Huh? Very simple, very straightforward. Ziana, looks like Ziana is missing. No sound from Ziana. Ashini has understood this. Very good. What about Zian? Right, okay. Right. No problem, Ziana. Right. So make sure you are in the class. Right. So purchases we have got it's 9,200. Right. Let's erase this. I hope you all have got this written in your books. Right. So purchases is 9,200. So let's move on to the next question. Those are very important questions which I gave you all in the yesterday's class. Both of you all have not sent me this thing answers. It's up to you. If you don't work hard, don't expect yourself to get good results as well. Nah? Right? Okay. So let's move on. Cash paid to creditors during the period. How to find this? You need to prepare the but trade payable control account. Very simple. Trade payable control account. Right? You need to prepare this. How to prepare the trade payable control account? Yes, opening creditors is how much? 2,400. And then closing creditors is how much? 2,600. Okay. 2,400, 2,600. How much was the purchases? Purchases debit, trade payable credit, 9,200. So whatever that is remaining here is the cash paid to creditors. Very simple. So these are very easy questions. Huh? You are making it look like it's difficult, but if you actually go and look at the questions, it's not that difficult. Okay, so 11,600 is here, right? 11,600 here. You minus this, and you get how much? 9,000 is the amount that you have paid, right? 9,000 is the amount you have paid. Very simple, huh? So second one answer is also done. Third one, let's erase this. Let's move on to the third one. Trade receivable control account. Okay. Debtors, opening balance 3,200. Closing balance 2,800. What else? Yes, the sales they have given 15,800 to put it on the debit side. Okay. තේරුම් නැත්නම් කියන්න අයි debit side එකට දැම්මේ මොකටද කියලා අහන්න. If you don't ask me, I can't read your hearts, right? Okay. So 300 is a sales return. You have to put this, right? Is that everything? Yes, that's everything. That's all. Okay. So what they're asking, cash collection from debtors, right? So how to get the cash collection? You have to get the total of this, right? So this is 19,000 here, and then 19,000 here. Whatever the missing figure, what is the missing figure? 15,900, right? Very simple. Huh? This is the cash paid. So third one is also done. මේක තේරුණාද ළමයි? Can you please put it in the chat box? You all understood? Right? Okay. So let's quickly move on. The next one, right? Question number 11, you have to cut it off because the answer is given. There's a printing error in this, right? Question number 11, you have to cut it off. Right? Question number 12, I'm giving you all how many minutes? Another 2 minutes. Right? So let's move on to the answer. Discussion in 2 minutes. By 6:50. Right? Okay. So let's move on to the answer. Right? What they're asking? Rates and electricity bill expenditure for the year. So what is this? First of all, you need to understand whatever that you can charge it to profit and loss account. Okay. So the expense they are asking. So let's prepare the account. Right? The same account, we will use it for the prepayment, which is the asset account, and the liability account, which is accrued. Prepayment is there, accrued is there. Right? Okay. So prepayment is an asset, liability is accrued is liability. Right? So prepayment, how to get this? Very simple. If you are looking at the asset account, 2,900 is the opening balance. And then closing balance is how much? They have given 1,600. Right? And in the accrued account, 6,900 is the opening balance. Now we are going on to the liability side. And then 3,500 is the closing balance. Make a theruna the lamai. Can you all please put a confirmation in the chat box? Make a theruna. Theruna the nadda. We are using the same account as asset account and the liability account. Therun natham kiyanna. If you didn't understand, well, should tell me. Yeah? Right. So this one is also done. This one is also done. Huh? Rates and electricity bill paid during the period. Now, which side will you put? What is the double entry for this? Rates and electricity bill paid, cash credit. Okay. Cash credit. What is debit? Electricity bill. Expense account is debit, right? So, or your liability goes down. Okay. Your liability goes down. So your liability is debit. The liability is debit, right? Liability අඩු වුණොත් debit කියන එක දන්නවනේ. Right. So which side do we have to put this 36,000? Is it the left side or the right side? Liability goes down means which side? Liability goes down means it's on the debit side, right? So you put 36,000 here, right? And then what they're asking, the expenditure. What is the double entry for expenditure? P&L debit. And then what is credit? Yes, the liability accrued is credit, right? Okay. So now how to find this part? How to find this part? Liability credit. How to find this part? Very simple. 36,000, you add 2,938,900, and then you add 3,500, which will give you how much? 42,400. Am I correct? 3,009, 36,000, 38,900, 39,400, 42,400. Yes, it is correct. And then from this, you minus this. It comes as 33,900. Harida. Harida. Do the expenditure. Yes, very simple. Huh? So this is the answer, 33,900. This is the one. This is the liability credit and expense debit. Very simple. I hope you all have understood. Quickly take this down. Right. I hope you all have done this. Right. So this question is a homework for you all. Right. Homework dunna වැඩි වගේද? අද. Have I given too much of homework? Right. Okay. No problem. Right. So question 13. We will be doing this, and let's finish off this tute on Friday. Okay. Again, we are meeting on Friday. Right. Friday at what time? 5:30 we are meeting. Right. So කියලා දුන්න ටික තේරුණාද? මොනවද ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද ළමයි? Do you all have any questions? Is everything okay up to now? මේ වෙනකන් ඔක්කොම කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැද්ද? ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? තේරුම් නැති මොනවාරි තියෙනවද? Right. All clear. Thank you. Thank you, Ziana. Thank you, Ashini. Right. So this Friday we will be meeting again. Until that, let's wind up the session. All the best. And then the recordings will be available as soon as possible for the students who have not joined the class today, right? All the best, students, right? Welcome, Ziana.